We've got a story from the office on a K-1 visa. Talk a little bit about how to get it and the timeline. A lot of good info here. Check out our video. Well, we always have stuff coming through, and I wanted to update you guys on a new story. This is a K-1 visa story. Essentially, K-1 visas are fiancés that live overseas, and the U.S. citizen wants to bring them in as a fiancé to get the green card. Now, the K-1 visa, the hard part with the K-1 visa, bottom line is, how long does it take, okay? So everything goes back to prior to Trump. Before Trump, a K-1 visa was done. I had the fastest one done in 3 months, but normally 4 to 6 months. I would file the paperwork, get the K-1 approved. I'd get that person to an interview at the consulate, sometimes as fast as 8 or 9 months. I just had a K-1 set for interview on March 29th. It's coming up really soon, and we applied for that K-1 in October 2020. It was approved in November, late November 2021, and in fact, we had some problems. The consulate in Cairo didn't respond to us, but eventually we got our client the appointment. So what you need to know if you're thinking about a K-1 visa is simply this. The K-1 visa has a pretty long time period. We're talking 1 year to get an approval, and thereafter about 4 to 5 months to get an appointment. Now, what I have advised people when I talk to them about K-1s, if you have the chance to just get married, the timeline for getting married and getting a green card is almost exactly the same. So that's the key here. The key is, what is it you want? What do you want to do? I mean, if you want to get somebody here quickly, there is no quickly. But if you want to get through a process and maybe save a little bit of money, I would recommend consular processing. This latest case in the K-1 really tells that story because the timeline on it is a little bit long. That 1 year for an approval is a bit long, and it makes clients wait, and it makes them unhappy. So that's for you guys. Put that into your consideration. If you want to consult in a K-1, give a call, and I'm obviously available to chat with you. All right, in this segment, we have our questions for H-1Bs. All right, so can 2 employers file H-1B at the same time for the same applicant? All right, we discussed that in the story earlier. It's kind of a yes, but. It has been happening during this lottery period in the past. So I know it's possible. I know it can be done. The but part is, you know what, USCIS is now aware of this, and they're probably going to put a close eye on this, and it's highly likely that if you file more than one H-1B registration, there's a possibility they'll kick you out and get you in trouble. As a side story, I did have a client year or 2 ago, and she had filed multiple H-1B registrations. She got her H-1B approved, but knock knock, USCIS visited her at her place of work, asked her about both the registrations, and then talked to her about whether she committed fraud or not. In the end, it looked like they were taking away her H-1Bs. Her H-1B that was granted. Got another question for you. I'm a first-year PhD. I did my MS in the USA. I got a job offer from a university. It's a nonprofit, and they want to do an H-1B for me. Can I drop my H-1B and go for the job? All right, simple answer here is yes. Now, what you want to do is do the timing of this. You want to file your H-1B, make sure that's filed and properly in the process, and I would even wait for it to get approved before you drop your PhD. You need to look at maintaining lawful status, and dropping out of a course of study is almost immediate. I believe it's 7-day or 14 days you're out of status, okay? So if you're going to drop a course of study before it's completed, the penalty for that is an almost immediate out of status, and I would suggest getting your H-1B approved before you do it.